All right, we are reviewing a resume of a software engineer for Java. I assume Java. So again, when you submit a resume for a software engineer, make sure you are very specific to the person that you are applying what your role is. And in this case, I think it's Java because they have it here. And that was the best I could say with it. So, what we're going to be looking for, specifically a Java engineer, is going to be obviously Java. API, RESTful, Kubernetes is I think how that's pronounced now. People in the comments have told me that. Docker, AWS, although any other cloud would be good. SQL, which I forgot to put in, which I'm going to put in now. Agile, and then there's going to be company specific. So some of them want maybe more full stack and they want you to do TypeScript than JavaScript. Some of them are going to be more other stuff. That's why it's other, is it's really going to depend. But on average, it's going to be Java, API, RESTful, Kubernetes, Docker, AWS, SQL, and Agile. So let's review that. Experience, also CI/CD. You know what? I forgot to mention that. That is a good one. You caught me there. This should be in here as well. So putting that in. Implemented. So applications. Okay. This doesn't matter. All right. For most people, you do not need a summary. A summary is if there's something critically off about your resume or you're changing in like industries. Like if you were a software engineer applying to be a, I don't know, let's just say like a fry cook, they would reject you because like, why the hell is a software engineer trying to be a fry cook? If you wrote in and your thing that says, tired of being a software engineer, want to start working again with my hands, they'd be like, cool, that makes more sense. But in this case, you are a Java developer applying for a Java role. It is assumed this is not needed. So this is almost a phenomenal sentence. What I really need from this, right, is just for you to say Java, right? Just say implemented CI/CD pipelines with Java, Jenkins, and GitLab. Otherwise, that's it. Just add the word Java. That is what is missing. Otherwise, this is a near perfect resume. It just, you need a little bit more Java specifically. So just pepper it out. One here, maybe one over here. But otherwise, you have API, you have REST, you have AWS, you have CI/CD. So yeah, you just need a little bit more Java, but I can understand why you're getting interviews with this. It's still solid. So just add a little bit of Java. That's it. Otherwise, this is solid. The only other thing I would ask is you put the months here. Specifically when you don't have months, people assume the worst. So they are not going to assume that you worked from January 2021 to December 2024. They are going to assume that you worked from December 2021 to January 2024. If you've been at a company for 10 years, months doesn't matter really. But if you've been it for like less than 5, put the months. You don't need to do that for your education. Education can be fine with year, which is fine. Also, I would kind of recommend putting this up top very briefly. So just to replace this and then add Java to here. Otherwise, this is nearly perfect. So I can probably move you forward with this but I just want to give you a little bit of extra help. But otherwise, I can see why you're getting interviews with this. So overall, very solid. I approve. Just add a little bit more Java and maybe a little bit more with the formatting, with the education up top and no summary. And I think you're golden. So that's it. Very small changes. Good job. We have got a DevOps engineer position specifically for a junior one. And before I even start reviewing this, I just want to say DevOps is, I have recruited for a little bit of these types of roles. I've talked to this. DevOps is a nightmare because companies always give different things for DevOps. So for these keywords and qualifications, they're going to be much more generalized than normal because people call DevOps everything. I've talked to many people, they all give me different answers. In short, it's kind of like the person that makes sure all the computers don't break ish, but that's not even also correct. So DevOps is a bit of a nightmare to search for because again, everything is just going to be wildly different. But around what you're going to be looking for is the word DevOps, so they know you're DevOps. Docker, which was in a lot. Anything cloud, although mostly AWS, but again, anything of cloud is good, along with some of the keywords from there, such as like I think Redis, whatever. If you know it, you know those keywords. So the word CI/CD, Kubernetes, OpenShift, Helm, Terraform, and then a primary language. So those are loosely what we're going to be looking for. And let's go. So let's see. Software engineers is May 2008. Currently transitioning to DevOps platform engineer through roles of self-learning projects. I don't like this summary. I understand where you're coming from here. I do not like this summary. I would probably change it to software engineer transitioning into a DevOps site reliability platform engineer. That's all you need to say, right? Just software engineer transitioning into a X engineer. Don't make it any more complicated than that, because they are going to see software engineer get confused. This at least lets them know you don't need anything else. You overthought it. Just do that very briefly. The skills section is too long. In addition, half of these were not in any of the keywords that I looked for. The word CI/CD is, AWS is, and most of the rest of these besides Docker is not. So I don't like these skill sections, but if you have to include them, make them 3 lines, no more. Software engineer. Design and develop these site up generations of 16 different countries, converted over manual work to 10 minutes of automated process over 5 million URLs. Okay, you use the correct keywords. I still don't like how they're bolded. What I would do is instead say design and developed the STEM generation of 16 countries using or in the environment of C#, AWS, Southgate, then do it, which resulted in blankety blank. Contributed to the internal infrastructure code. Your font is slightly smaller than it should be. Also, please use Arial 12.5 font. 10.5. 10.5, not 12.5. Font. And again, this is okay. Company introducing the CD pipelines to GitHub Actions. These were not, Jenkins were sometimes, but these were not really keywords. Do not bold. Please stop bolding these. So yeah, this is okay. I mean, the fact is you're transitioning from a software engineer to a DevOps is going to be tough, but like these are at least the generalized things of what I saw. You've got to be a little more, I guess, vague with this and not with the bolding, because right now this is too much. They're going to see this. They're not going to see the word DevOps, which you should definitely have. So I don't know if I can move forward with this. And I might not be able to, but it's close. I am on the fence about this one. So these were the right keywords, but you need a little bit more. So I don't know if I can move forward. It's a maybe on me. And that's what I have to review for this one, unfortunately. So that's it for this review. Let's go to the next. We are reviewing a senior software engineer. And again, before I go into this, like I do with everyone, this person said that they have submitted 20 applications and got 4 interviews from it, which is an obscenely good ratio. If those were not referrals. So referrals, for everybody who knows and submits in the future, I don't like to count those because essentially they kind of skip the interview process. A lot of referrals, direct referrals, are just, I know this person, I know they do good work, they do that, and they won't really need the resume as much until the interview stage. So assuming these were cold applies without referrals, that is a phenomenal ratio of 20 applications to 4 interviews. If it was with referrals, that doesn't count. So I'm going to review it with both of those things in mind. This is for, I believe, a full stack position, which again is going to be TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API Cloud, Agile, any other extra language, CI/CD. And because they are a senior software engineer, and they may want to apply for other senior or lead roles, leadership. Although if you are not applying to leadership roles, you can ignore that last bullet point. So I hate the fact that this has colors, but the rest of the formatting is okay. Full stack engineer with experience in more hobbies for quality work. I don't think any of this is needed. The summary does nothing for you. I offer acquaintance with stock trading and analysis. Cell phone businesses are also usually a giant red flag. But again, for quaint economic signals, yeah. So I see the thing I like here is signals to assist less technical people in stock trading. If you said like hobby or something, but a cell phone business is almost always going to be a red flag for a hiring manager. And another thing is I have to go all the way down here before I get to your actual experience in the coding part. So let's go with here. Led development in domains of X and Y. Okay. Manage a small team of around end developers, coordinating with other teams that were feature consumers, key projects. This is okay, but this reads more like a management one. Uh, I also need this to be one sentence. It can be a run-on sentence, and I need some of these keywords and qualifications. So, designed a system and pipeline for tracking J and K. Okay. Prioritizing DB scalability, maintainability, so business tracking, key J, slot, cost reduction, and revenue growth. Well written, but I still need the tech stack. And it might be because of how you anonymize this. This is just not great for this format. Architected and designed to excel community of a multi-linear X-based. See, here's part of my problem is I don't know what X-based is because I know you're trying to be anonymous, and that's good. I don't want you to dox yourself, but I don't know if I can really review this without those things in here because they're going to be looking for this along with leadership. And truthfully, you have the leadership stuff. I think this is very solid. I just want a little bit more of these keywords. Unless you've been cold applying everywhere and still getting that result, in which case, please let me know in the comments because, that would change a lot. But I assume a lot of those were with referrals. But maybe not. Maybe this is just another formatting that I'm not used to that works. But see, this is solid. There's no month here. There's a lot of formatting issues here, but the actual bullet points are solid. So these need to go in the bullet points. But yeah, at least in the US, I don't know if this would fly, but since you have to be relocated to a war, which is the best excuse I've ever had. I don't That's not an excuse, that's real. Oh my gosh, I hope you are okay. I'm assuming you're probably not in the US, but yeah, this one, quite frankly, is a nightmare for me to actually review because there's too much anonymized for me to help, and it's I don't know if you're cold applying or not. So I'm gonna have to leave this as a giant question mark. I think your bullet points are mostly solid, though. You just need some more of these keywords put in, but I think you have the right idea. So that's the best I can do for this one. I wish I could do more, and I have to just go to the next resume because not much I could really do with this one because too much is anonymized, which again, I'm not faulting you for because, like, this is a public forum. I totally understand. So, yep, wishing you the best of luck, and hopefully in the comments below you can tell me if this were cold applies or if you got referrals, because that would definitely change how I view this resume. So, transition. All right, this resume is a corporate development strategy and operations. So, here's the thing about this. I could not find this job. I did not dig for hours, but I could not find this job after like a couple of minutes of searching for it. I found corporate development jobs, I found corporate strategy jobs, I found corporate operations jobs, I found one strategy and operation job. Did not find all of those combined. So I'm doing bits and pieces of these, and honestly, if you have submitted 100 cold applications and gotten 5 interviews for them, that's solid. I don't know if you really need to change anything. That's a phenomenal ratio, 100 to 5. So, I'm still doing this because I said I'd review resumes, and I like doing this, and I know that people want it. So, but I don't know how accurate this one is going to be. So, what we're going to be looking for is an MBA or international experience, proficiency in Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and probably Adobe, which I should have put in. That you have aligned and drove cross-functional groups, essentially that you have worked cross-functionally. Some of them wanted a PMP or GCP or maybe GMP, which I know we just did a bunch of software engineers, but those acronyms are different, which is GCP is good. I forgot the acronym. There's a lot of acronyms that are very different. Like GMP is good manufacturing process, while GCP is Google Cloud. So, but PMP is something you always want to put up if you actually have it. And then in addition that you've talked to stakeholders. So let's see if we can look at that and see why you're having a lot of success, because you are. 100 cold applications, 5 interviews is good. So developing and comprehensive 5-year strategic product roadmap, solid. Incorporating market trends, competitive analysts, and client needs. Demonstrating ability to create long-term strategic vision aligned with organizational goals. Solid. I would maybe say with organizational goals cross-functionally or something, but still that's a solid one. Led the product discovery development and launch of a prime investment platform, including competitive analysis, market research, resulting in the product growth. Good. Led annual benchmark development industry and opportunities to grow one business line. Own product strategy, stakeholders. There we go. That's the word, which is user research, features, data driven. I mean, I'm liking this. I don't know if you have the keywords, but also full disclosure, these keywords may be wrong since I couldn't find the darn job. So, but I can definitely like the way these are written. These are also very good brags, truthfully. You have AI, which is a hot thing right now. You have you had stakeholders, which is definitely going to be one of the things. Let's see, you have the numbers and they're correct, cross-functional. So yeah, I mean, you may be missing a few of these, but again, they may not matter. I like this. Education, MBA. Okay, here's actually where I would have a slight thing. Is these should be up top, and they should be no longer than 3 lines, right? Just say Ivy League Business School, honors, strategy and operations from Northeast, large public university, dean's list in accounting. There you go, and then have a CFA, and that should be it. So you should really have these should be at the top in only 3 lines, and that's kind of my only real complaint about it. Besides maybe missing one or two of the really basic ones, but it looks solid. And let me know in the comments if you are getting 100 cold applications to 5 interviews, because that's good. So that'll be it for me for this video. I'm still streaming if people are in chat, and we're good. I like it. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. I will see you all next time.